Hi, this is Tutor P, and this is verb phrase 194. Verb phrase today is to mess around with someone or something. Okay, we have 6 uses and 6 meanings today. So let's take a look at the first one. To take part in aimless fun or waste time doing something when one is supposed to be doing something more serious. Yeah, mess around. We use it a lot like how we say to fool around. So we could be fooling around, not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Like maybe if it's a student, he's messing around doing something, not doing his homework. Or if it's a coworker or somebody at work, they're not doing their proper job. So let's look at the first example. Somebody might say, stop messing around with that video game and get your homework done. Okay, good. Let's look at the second example here, or the second meaning, to tinker or fiddle with something. Yeah, when you're trying to touch something a little bit, trying to maybe possibly to fix it or change it in some way. So here it says, I'm just messing around with this broken vacuum to see if I could get it to start working again. So you could be like tinkering with it or fiddling with it. You could say that you're messing with it in this sense. All right, number 3 here. To play a prank or joke on someone or tease someone. So a lot of times we can say we're messing around with someone in this way. All right, so let's look at the example. We actually have 2 examples for this one. The first example, sometimes he messes around with my car stereo and changes all the set stations. Yeah, if you've ever had a car and you got radio stations on it, sometimes you put your favorite stations on, so you just need to press the button, it goes right to that favorite station. But somebody could change them on you. So it said to boring music, just to annoy me, he thinks it's funny. Yeah, so maybe this is one of his friends, thinks this is a good joke to play on his friend, so he's messing around with him. He changed all his set stations to these other stations that he thinks is very boring music. So he'll be like, hey, what's wrong? What? Hey, that's not the right station. Kind of like that. So he's messing around with him in this sense. All right, number 4 here. To take part in casual sex with someone. Yeah. So here we have the example. She found out her husband was messing around with his secretary. Okay, so this is another very common use that we have of it. It's another way to say this. All right, and number 5 here, to use something or experiment with it in order to learn and understand more about it. Okay, and here's the example. She has been messing around with different thumbnails to see if her videos can get more views. Yeah, so, the thumbnail is actually the picture. When somebody clicks on a video, maybe she's trying different types of pictures to see if more people will click on it and watch her video. So she's messing around with, in this sense, trying to see if, she's experimenting, she's testing to see if, some work better than others. Okay, and the last one we have here, number 6. To waste someone's time. Okay. Every time I call to complain about something, that company messes around with me by transferring my calls from one department to another department, and each time I have to explain the whole situation again. So you're really wasting this person's time. Maybe they do that on purpose because maybe they don't like people to complain. They figure it'll be so much trouble to complain that you'll just stop complaining. But, you talk to a first person and say, oh, yeah, well, that's not my department. Let me switch you to this person. And then they switch you to that person. And then you explain again. Blah, 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 and then they say, oh, no, you have to talk to another person. And they keep doing this. So you could say they're messing around with you. They're wasting your time. They're taking up your time. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Hope you learned some new meanings of to mess around with someone. Yeah, if you like all of these verb phrases where you could see how many different meanings that you could have for a particular verb phrase, I'd appreciate if you could click the like button because we'll have more of these coming up in the future. Okay, thank you for your time. Bye-bye.